A young woman named Amaka lived in a quiet village. She was the best seamstress in the town, known not just for her perfect stitches, but also for her sharp tongue and proud heart. She worked hard, spoke her mind, and had no interest in romance, especially not with any man from the royal family. Amaka had her reasons. She believed royalty was full of pride and pretense. To her, princes were men who never understood the value of real work or the struggles of ordinary people. One hot afternoon, a stranger arrived in the village. He wore simple clothes and carried a small sack over his shoulder. He introduced himself as Obinna from a nearby town, looking to learn farming. When he came to Amaka's shop with a torn shirt, asking if she could fix it, she didn't hide her irritation, but something about his calm voice and soft eyes made her pause. He smiled and thanked her with such gentleness that she found herself nodding before she realized it. Over the next few weeks, Obinna kept coming back. Sometimes he brought old clothes to mend. Sometimes he just came to talk. He helped the elders sweep the village square. Slowly, without knowing how or when it happened, Amaka began to enjoy his company. She found herself looking forward to his visits. They would sit together, talking about life, dreams, and simple things. For the first time in years, Amaka laughed without holding back. But even as she opened her heart, Obinna never spoke much about his past. He listened more than he spoke. Amaka didn't mind. She felt safe around him. She trusted him. Then one morning, everything changed. Royal messengers arrived in the village, announcing that the prince was missing. They showed his portrait and offered a reward for anyone with information. Amaka shook her head. Royal people and their drama, she muttered, always looking for trouble or running from it. That night, Obinna came to her hut, his face troubled. He looked at her for a long time before he spoke. Then slowly he reached into his shirt and brought out a chain, a golden crest of the royal family. Amaka's heart skipped. I didn't mean to deceive you, he said softly. I needed to leave the palace to find out who I am. And when I met you, I didn't want to ruin it with a title. I just wanted to be seen as a man. Amaka felt like the ground had shifted under her feet. The man she had trusted, laughed with, had been lying all along. She turned away from him, her chest heavy with hurt. He said, I will return to the palace because I must, but I will also return to you if you let me. The next morning, he left with the royal guards. Amaka returned to her sewing, but her heart was no longer calm. She missed him, his smile, his quiet presence. Days turned into weeks and weeks into months. Then one bright morning, the sound of royal drums filled the village. A golden carriage stopped before her hut, and out stepped Obinna, no longer in simple clothes, but in royal robes. Still, his eyes were the same. He knelt before her, holding out a ring. This time, I come with no lies, but only love. Will you marry me? Tears filled Amaka's eyes. She didn't answer with words. She placed her hand in his. And in that moment, the seamstress, who once hated royalty, became the queen of a man who chose love over power.